and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my YouTube videos today. So today I wanted to talk about if you're feeling burnout, burnt out, or whatever phrase you choose to use there. Burnout is something which I don't think is actually talked about a lot, and as we have gone through lockdown, I think there is more people who are feeling burned out rather than relaxed, chilled, recuperated, rejuvenated, all of the above. And I think we thought that lockdown was going to be this period of time where we could relax, we could chill, we could do so much, and it would just be one great big holiday. And if you're like me, if you're a key worker or even a parent or a business owner, especially a small business owner who maybe sells things online, you've probably noticed that you have worked non-stop for over 12 weeks now. So I really wanted to do this video to help you to not get burned out and to recognize the signs of when you are feeling that, and also why we have to allow ourselves that time to really take time off, and why it can feel quite contradictory right now to be asking for time off or wanting to take time off when we've technically had 12 weeks off when we actually really haven't at all. So I don't think I've ever truly felt burnt out to the point of I've had to cancel everything. I'm very intuitive with my body. I'm very intuitive when I sense stress signs, because I've had like health concerns in the past. I know when my body is not happy, and I always listen to that. And I'm a good time manager as well, because I love time off. So I normally am pretty good. But over the last 12 weeks, my business during lockdown has really taken off in a really great positive way, which is, has its incredible highs and incredible positives, of course, and is really exciting. But it's that consistency. It's like keeping at that level as such. So what we've seen over, the 12 plus weeks now of lockdown, wherever you are in the world, it may be even a bit longer than that, is that we are feeling exhausted now. Whether you're a key worker who has worked non-stop through this pandemic, whether you're a parent who has had to homeschool, work, and play a whole juggling act for over 12 weeks now, whether you're a business owner like me and you've been busier than ever and you've been non-stop, there is going to be a vast majority of people who are going to relate to this video and be like, Emma, book me that cruise, because I am exhausted. And the problem that we are facing right now is, while some borders are opening up and those kind of travel bridges or whatever they're calling them are available to go on holiday, do we actually feel like we want to travel, and is it safe and sensible to even travel? And right now, here in July, I'm like, I need something now, and I don't want to be going and traveling on a holiday in July because of my work schedule and things. I can't just drop everything. So for me, it's really navigating where I'm at the moment and creating space and time in a way that feels good to me in what I can do, in those means that feel safe. So we may not be able to go traveling around the world and have a beach holiday. Maybe some of you even have that booked for later in the year. But what we can do is give ourselves permission to rest. Like, lockdown, for so many reasons, has been an emotional, they call it Corona coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster of, we didn't see this coming. So many people had massive plans for 2020, whether it's weddings, massive birthdays, events, life plans, you name it. Everybody in some sense has been affected by 2020 being delayed as such, or divine redirection as such. So there are so many ways that we will have experienced feeling the emotional roller coaster of coronavirus, whether it's through health, whether it's through, just our basic, I guess, freedom being taken away, isn't it? Of learning this new way of life, this new way of living, and having to adapt and adjust and deal with ourselves, deal with what's going on in the world, process everything. And don't even get me started on the astrology over the last 3 months. Like, we have had a lot going on. And now we're seeing, massive movements in the world like Black Lives Matter, which is so important and so needed. So really, for a lot of people, especially, I can't say I relate here, but I can certainly say that I am sure from what I've heard that people in the Black community as well are also going to be feeling it for a whole nother reason as well. That, that exhaustion and that tiredness as such, for many reasons. So whether it's energetically, physically, emotionally, whatever, no matter how you're feeling this burnt out, this exhaustion, we are feeling it, and a lot of people are feeling it. And I really felt it was important to make this video this week to really challenge you to challenge you to take time off. And what really came to me today in a download, actually, because I've been challenging myself to do this, hence why I'm creating this content, is, I've got to hold myself accountable as well here, is that I have the power here, and that I am the one who chooses to work. I choose my work hours. I choose when I have days off. Okay, it's not always possible. I don't want to mess clients around or anything. That's silly. But, within a reasonable kind of time frame, I can book time out my schedule. But I'm the one who doesn't do that. I'm the one who has the choice. So the download that came to me today was that I have the power, and I have to create the space in my life, in my schedule, for that time off. The universe isn't just going to miraculously, just be like, hey, here's a week, have a week off. I have to create that week. I have to block that week out, or however many days out I want out of my calendar. I am the only one who has control over that. So I want to remind you of that, because for me it felt like a aha moment of course, universe, how could I forget this? So remind yourself that you have the power here, and you're in the driver's seat of your life, that you can take your power back and say, right, what is best serving me right now? Is just carrying on like nothing's happened and keep pushing and pushing and pushing good? No, you're going to get burnt out very quickly. You have the power to take time off. So you have to make that decision. You have to take that inspired action and create that space for that time off to really rest and allow yourself, whether it's a staycation, whether it's, spending time with friends and family, whether it's spending time with yourself, self-care, going somewhere nice, within reason and within safety, of course. Although we can't necessarily go away on a holiday abroad and live, go and socialize like maybe we used to, at the moment, we can still do things within our means that feel good and can still be as nurturing. So it's really just challenging yourself to find ways to nurture yourself, fill your own cup, and truly, truly rest. But it all has to start with that decision. It all has to start with that choice, and that taking your power back and realizing that you are the only person who can create that time off for yourself. And I think so many of us probably overlook that a lot, and we're like, oh, we'll just take time off when the time appears, especially if you're a business owner like me. But as we know, the last 12 weeks, time hasn't just miraculously appeared, it's miraculously disappeared, and things have got busier and busier for a lot of small business owners. And for me, like with my coaching, like I'm 3 weeks booked up already, and that's been consistent through lockdown. So for me, it's like really juggling and saying, right, when your diary's booked for 3 weeks already, with work commitments, coaching, all the other great things I do in my business, and press for the book as well, I'm like, right, I can't even have a break until 3 weeks time. And also one thing I was really challenging myself as well before lockdown was to create space in my life, like for my, for chilling, for relaxing. And I was like committing that every weekend I would take time off from work. And I sat with myself this weekend and was like, are you still doing that? And I was like, no, you're not. And I haven't, because I've had like tight deadlines with the journal, I've had tight deadlines with work. And I'm also someone who doesn't just like to sit and watch TV all day, and when the weather's been a bit crap and it's just easy to pick up the laptop, relieve yourself of the stress on a Monday morning with stuff. So again, I'm like, right, here's the message again, you've got to create the space. And we know that with the law of attraction, in order for us to focus on the areas that we need to focus on, we have to create the space for that. And if you are feeling burnt out and exhausted, you have to create space. And when you create the space in your life to truly rest, to recuperate, to rejuvenate yourself and fill your own cup and take time off to chill and do nothing, you're going to create the space for miracles in your life. You're going to create the space for abundance. You're going to create the space to think, to, address whatever maybe you need to address. Maybe you've been so busy with stuff that you've neglected a part of your life or a project or anything. You're going to have that physical and mental and emotional space to then focus on what feels good, what sparks joy, where you want to direct your energy moving forward. But we could be really focusing on that area already, but when you're consistently, going, it's that masculine energy, and it's not sustainable, it's not good, it's not healthy as well for ourselves to be pushing and pushing and pushing, as well as dealing with a lot of emotional side of things, like with collective astrology energy that's been happening, retrogrades, eclipses, solstices, all of this. We've had our own inner work to deal with as well as what's happening in the collective, as well as dealing with that we're in a totally new world and way of living. There is a lot that we need to process, over the last few months of our lives, changing forever, literally. And with that change has to come an integration period where we integrate it as humans. And it's our cyclic nature. We can't always be pushing in our summer and in our masculine. We have to recuperate, go inwards, have that feminine journey of inwards, that inner work, that resting. That is equally as important. We have to balance both, abso-freaking-lutely. And what can also, I know, definitely affect business owners, because I have these thoughts myself, is like when things go really well, when things are growing and thriving in whatever area of your life it is, sometimes when you feel like, well, if I take a step back and have a week off or time off, or, you know, don't put as much energy towards something, is that not then going to deplete it? Is that not then going to go backwards? And I've like built up all this incredible momentum. Is that not going to, like, you know, be bad law of attraction, or, you know, mean that it's going to slow down or go backwards? And it's so easy to apply that to so many different areas of our life. But we have to remember that we are cyclic beings. You have to remember your duality or polarity, that we have to have those inward times to have those outward times. We live in this world of seasons, of cyclic natures, and we have to embrace that. We have to, because otherwise, if you keep pushing and burn yourself out, you're going to be no use to anybody, which means you're no use to your clients if you work with clients, to your customers if you sell things, whatever you do in whatever capacity, even if it's just like looking after your family, like you're not going to be able to do that in the best way possible if you're not looking after yourself. And think about it like an arrow. I always say, you know, the universe is always going to look after you. You have to create those times of space and relaxation. So if you are pulling back to rest and recuperate, the universe isn't going to punish you for that. The universe isn't going to be like, right, you're not putting enough energy in right now, you know, we'll take all away that new business. No, the universe is going to reward you with that. And the universe has been rewarding you with that to be able to take this time off now. And I think it's, you know, remembering that sometimes like an arrow, we have to be pulled backwards to be shot forwards. So anytime we can feel, and a bit like a Mercury retrograde, a bit like a planet going retrograde, it can look like it's going backwards, and that's what a retrograde is. It looks like the planet's spinning backwards, but actually it's stationary. So, well, not stationary, that is a whole astrology term in itself, but it appears to go backwards, but it's not going backwards. So this is exactly like that analogy of, we can appear that we're being pulled backwards, and it can feel like, oh no, I've done so much, I've built that momentum, I've done so well, why would I want to go backwards? But remember, Queen, you're never going backwards. You're always walking forwards. You're always moving forwards. So remind yourself of that sometimes we need those pull back moments to be able to be sprung forward even more abundance, even more along our journey or along your business, whatever it is. And it's honoring yourself here to know that it's okay to take time off. It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to fill your cup up with self-love and self-care. We need that. But the last few months have been intense for so many reasons and for so many different, you know, people around the world. And it's honoring ourselves in that moment and being like, right, what is the best thing I can do right now so that I can be of service to other people? What is the best thing that I can do so that I can show up for myself and others in the best way possible? Don't let yourself burn out. You will be no help to anybody at that point, and that is gonna put you backwards, because that is gonna put you stationary, because you're going to be not able to do anything. You're gonna have to really focus on your health. So don't let it get that far. Don't, because then you really will be kicking yourself. So take time off and commit with me here, because remember, you need to take your power back and choose and create the space for time off, for relaxation. So I want to know in the comments whether you're committing with me on this to take time off this month or on August, whenever you want to, when you can, and commit to that and make some plans in whatever way feels good to you, whether that's spending time with loved ones, visiting a nice beach, whatever it is. Don't be stupid, obviously. I'm not saying be stupid, but do something that feels good to you in the way that we can at the moment. And you will thank yourself a million times over for this rest. And it, you know, as we kind of move into this new stage of lockdown, as we're kind of coming out around the world, you know, it's really important that we now rest. We now rest process and integrate everything from the last 3 months. So create the space, because when you create the space in your life, not only is it going to create the space for rest, for self-care, and to be able to feel good within yourself, you're going to create the space for manifestations, miracles, and abundance too. So it's going to serve you all round, and don't feel that you're going to lose momentum or anything at all from the hard work that you've been doing over the last few months, because you deserve to rest, and you deserve abundance, and you deserve happiness. And the only way you're going to do that is by honoring your cyclic nature and honoring when sometimes we have to take ourselves back to be able to move forward even further. You're never going backwards. So I hope this video has really helped you, queens, and put your suggestions in the comments down below as well of what you're going to be doing to honor yourself and rest and take time off, because I know a lot of people have been saying, I don't know what to do, have you got any suggestions? So I can say all the suggestions in the world, but it's got to feel good to you. It has to feel good to you. So I would say prioritize self-care, prioritize self-love, go out in nature. That's always a great one for grounding, for just relaxation and being present as well. Nature's always a great one. And spend time doing fun things, whether that's with your loved ones, your friends, your partner, whatever. Have fun, laugh. Do fun things, laugh, watch a funny movie, whatever it is, because joy is the ultimate creator, remember. So have fun, have a laugh, go out in nature, be sensible, be safe obviously, but commit to that time off, because we all need it. We all need it, and some more than others. So definitely honor yourself, whether you've been an incredible parent who's been bossing this the whole way through, like working, homeschooling, keeping your house together, like this includes you too. And if you're a business owner who has had a lot of, growth in your business over the last few months, you deserve that rest too. And if you're a key worker who has been helping us throughout all of this time, oh my God, you deserve an absolute rest. You deserve that time off. So allow yourself that time off, because remember, you are the only person who can give that to yourself. So thank you so much guys for watching. I really appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all, and you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spiritualities. And also one extra announcement for you, which I've forgotten to put in obviously, because I'm saying it right at the end, is on July the 27th, 2020, and this will be happening throughout the year as well moving forward if you're watching this video later on. I am launching a 6-week author program, which is really exciting. All of the information will be in the description box down below for you, or over on my website under events. This is a program if you want to write a book. So this is the first time that I'm doing this outside of my private mentoring with That Guy's House. So it is a 6-week program to help you write, pitch your book to publishers, and market your book into a best-selling book as well once the book is out into the world. And you also have an incredible exclusive opportunity to pitch to two leading publishers directly through the program, which is unheard of and not offered anywhere else. And normally you need a literary agent or a process to be able to even pitch to publishers. So this is a unique opportunity for so many reasons. So if you're watching this and you've got a book within you, and again, I don't want to encourage burnout here either, like do this if it feels good. I would love to see you there, and all the information is down below. And like I said, we start on the 27th of July and it's going to be so much fun. So take care. I hope you have a great week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.